Oh, there we go. Hi, Yogi. How are you?
Hi, Bev. I am very good. How are you doing?
I'm great. So, the question that comes up is either at the end of my work together with clients, when I'm coaching them, or before they even come to me. How do I seek support? And how do I encourage other people to seek support? Will sometimes be a question that comes to me. I would like so and so to seek support. How do I encourage that? And for me, I would say that basically we live in a pretty anti-relational world, a world that doesn't necessarily encourage relational recovery. You know, men are told, don't let her control you, and women will be told, don't let him get away with it. And none of that is very healthy. And I find that when a couple come, they're a two kind of head system, which is stuck. And what I encourage people to understand is that they're simply bringing in another resource that they cannot manage by themselves. And that's a responsible way. That's the ability to respond to a stuck position is I need to bring in another resource. How do you see it?
So, I have a question about that. So, when you say seek support, meaning in a relationship, things are not okay, and I want, or there's some conflicts, and how to resolve them or how to move forward, seeking outside help, like professional help or friends' help, or like, what do you mean by support first? Let's actually get into that, and then uh, is that what you mean by support?
Yeah. Did you want me to comment on that?
Yes.
Yeah. So when a couple find that they can't move forward, there's something that they need to bring into the system that will help them see things in a different light. They might be repeating the same negative communication patterns again and again and again. So when I talk about support, it could be, you could think of it as an ally.
Yeah.
Um, and we all want that connection. What is intimacy really? It's that combination of truth and vulnerability and non-judgment. And we can get that with a friend. But in addition to that, I believe it really comes with skill. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I think turning to a professional or to men's groups, women's groups, any kind of support group
Mm-hmm.
will really
Yeah.
aid that relational recovery.
Yeah. So I think now it makes now I know the landscape of it. And one thing is that even before we think about support, one thing is to think about support that is unbiased, that actually is able to look at both people instead of sometimes friends are not able to see the unbiased thing because they don't know the other side of the story, right? And they're not able to dig things. So that's the one thing. And the second thing is support also gonna be in a way where they can dig deep instead of you telling the story and they're afraid to ask any more questions because, oh, I don't know if I'm overstepping the boundaries. So actually somebody who you can be vulnerable with, actually tell the whole story. So I think that's the definition of support for me. Like number one is I can be vulnerable with, and second is they're reasonably unbiased. They're not like, oh, Yogi is awesome and his wife is the problem, or other way around. A wife is awesome and Yogi is the problem. Either one is not gonna support us. So that
Right.
so those are the support. But I think, but once those two things are and professional support either through therapy or through coaching, I have benefited a lot through both of them, through coaching and through therapy. I've also gotten a lot of benefit from friends, but
Mm.
like I have like a lot of friends, but literally two or three friends who have been able to ask me difficult questions from me. Like, is that true what you're saying about your wife? Uh, Usually people, they're afraid of offending me or something, but these couple of
Right.
friends have been able to ask questions in a compassionate way. They're like coaches for me, they're like therapists for me, but there are very few friends who are able to fill that role.
Right.
So
I think what you're talking about is taking on people with a confrontational way instead of confrontational. doing it in a compassionate way. Yes, digging deeper. The difference between a friend, I would say, and a client, the friend's not necessarily asking you. You know, I have people who sometimes say to me, if you weren't my friend, I would have you be my coach. And I'm very cautious to offer them any inputs and any insights unless they specifically ask.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep that boundary, yeah, we're friends. And if you need support, it needs to come from.
Actually, the difference between friend and when I'm somebody's friend and somebody's coach, the difference is in friendship, I'm afraid of losing friendship.
Mm-hmm.
In a coaching relationship, I'm not afraid of losing the client. I'm going to say what is the true for me, what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing right now. I'm not afraid of losing client at that time. I want to serve you. So
I think it's beautiful that what you just said. Sorry.
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
You're not afraid to speak your truth. It's your perspective.
I'm not saying this is the truth. It's like something came up and that's what I'm hearing. You say it and I see something that I see some inconsistency in you saying. I see, it seems to be hiding something. I see that. And also providing them compassion in the same time. But I'm not afraid of losing them. Like, okay, if I'm not the right person for you, it's okay.
Right.
But
that's beautiful. It's speaking your truth.
Speaking my truth, yes.
As you believe it.
And encouraging them to speak their truth.
Yes, absolutely. And I would say also remembering that we cannot recover relationally by ourselves. We're wired for togetherness. So that's why we could read a self-help book, right? But usually we've been hurt in relationship. Some relationship has been intrusive or been neglectful, and the healing will come through a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And that's why I say to people, it's vital to seek support when you are feeling stuck. That is a healthy relationship. When a couple comes, a system that says we're stuck now, we can't move forward.
And I think seeking support is also. Have you ever been in a situation where you open the fridge and like, oh, I can't find the ketchup. I can't find the ketchup. I can't find the ketchup. And then the other person comes like, it's right here. Like, we actually don't see literally what is in front of us. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot more subtly and a lot more like the results are a lot more disastrous in relationships because we don't see our blind spots and other people can. And our partners can see our blind spots too, but we might not trust them in that situation. Like, well, you have your own agenda, so I'm not gonna, whatever you say, because we are triggered by them. So they can't, their input is not really, we are not able to hear it. So that's where the support of the outside people, professional help, is actually super helpful to just see your own blind spots.
Exactly. Yeah. And I love that carefrontation, because very often people come into the coaching space with, if you could just fix my partner, everything would be amazing. And I think that's the power of well, let's look at both of you. It might not be a 50% challenge. It might be like he's doing 90% of the bringing in the challenge and she's doing 10%, but let's look at the two of you and see what comes up.
I remember, not in the context of relationship like husband wife, but like a dad and his son. His son was having difficulty and he wanted her son to change and he took to his coach, and coach is Steve Hardison, and he talks about how he told his coach, hey, I want to fix my son. And like, oh sure, bring him in, right? And his son was there for 10 minutes. The coach talked to the son, and then coach sent the son away, and he said, okay, son is perfect. We need to fix you, seems like. It's not about fixing other people. It's about we have control of our own change.
Absolutely.
So I think
beautiful.
I think
thank you so much.
That's the lever we have in terms of our own change. And of course, other people will change accordingly in their own time.
Absolutely. We cannot be more ambitious for our clients than they are for themselves.
Yes.
So we've got to go with what's exactly in front of us.
Beautiful.
But do seek support. Do get into groups, get professional input on what's challenging you, because your relationships can really go from good to great. Not necessarily from bad to good, but good to great.
And amazing, yes.
Thank you, Yogi.
Yes. Thank you, Ben.